Hello there and welcome. This is Terry Magalakis presenting to you episode 3 of the Thought Movement program. And listen, I'd like to say thank you so much for listening into episode 1, but also episode 2 on this 11-part series of the Universal Laws by Raymond Holliwell from his book, Working with the Law. So previously we discussed Law 1, thinking. We move on today to Law 2, supply. And this is something that's very, very short from what I've written here. And basically, the law of supply indicates that there are plenty for us to strive out there in the world. There are plenty of abundance and prosperity just waiting for us to capitalize on. The law focuses on basically increase, growth, and progress. We are constantly in more of the desiring state of mind, and when something that of good is recognized by us, another good will take its place, only this time of a higher level. So pretty much, when that high level is reached, guess what replaces that high level? Exactly right. Another level that is higher. I've always believed that, once you do something, you accomplish something, and you sit back and you relax and you take it all in, I've always asked myself that question. Can I do better than this? Can I grow from this? Can I basically increase my life from this? Can I progress further than what I am right now? Sure, I can be making, great deals of money. I could basically, be in a great spot with my life. I could be doing things that I love. I could be a very, very happy person. And sometimes people get satisfied and they stay there for a very, very long time. But I've always found that with the law of supply, it's always giving you more. And this is the law that's doing it. And, for what people have said that, you don't deserve more or you don't need more, that's all you're going to get. It's all negative. And the fact is that what the universe is telling you is that you deserve everything. Supply, our unlimited growth, increase, and progress. There is a big supply of everything around for you. And it's this constant unraveling of a higher demand of desire that keeps an individual striving for more and more. And to quote the man, Raymond Holliwell, he says that the universe is filled with the essential substance of every imaginable good that man can image, that he is entitled to a full and ever-increasing supply of any and every good he may be or desire. It's an amazing quote, and all these quotes that I put into this program, I feel the connection, a very deep connection. And from what Raymond Holliwell said, it really hits the nail on the head. Because every person on God's green earth are entitled to acquire their goals and needs with so much freedom. They can choose with what they want and whom they want it to be. The universe is unlimited, which encourages everyone to dream big, right? I don't believe in, the sky's the limit. There is no limit to anything. If you look around you and see that we have unlimited sources that are just waiting to enter into our lives to make it for the better, this is everything that wants to come to you, right? Unfortunately, though, with a limited mind, we fail to see the world as giving off a unlimited source of supply of abundance and prosperity. When we fail to see what we want on the outside and that it's limited only to a vast majority, we stop the supply coming to us. We sabotage ourselves by interfering with fear, worry, doubt, and disbelief towards their limited supply. And what I found through all this, when I see people, when they basically push away things that loves to come into their life, whether it be money, whether it be great relationships with friends or another girlfriend, whether it be materialistic products, whether it be more job opportunities, whatever it may be. The reason people fail at this law is called the appearance of reality. They let the environment of reality dictate how they should think, feel, hear, taste, and see. A majority of people use the terminology of seeing is believing. I believe it when I see it. If I see the abundance and prosperity around me, then I'll start to believe in the limitless supply of it. Right? This is how people think. But when they don't see the supply of abundance and prosperity, then I am convinced that there isn't enough to go around for everyone else, but also for me. With much convictions and belief, they are right. Is there any chance of anyone believing in the law of supply if they see poverty? It's a no. This is how people are. But to break this limiting pattern, always remember, there is no shortage of supply to anyone. We have 7 billion people on this earth. There is no shortage of supply to anyone. Supply can never be absent or wasted. supply will forever be abundant and prosperous. Right, and to get people to understand what I mean by this, basically I had to read more into this, right, and to basically get a clearer understanding of law of supply. Now, this is something that Raymond Hollowell wrote into his book, and I sort of formatted it in my own words to get you to understand, and I've sort of threw in other people, scientists, inventors, all that sort of stuff, to make you understand that the law of supply has been there since the beginning. And a great story I like to tell is our forefathers of science. You've got basically science, invention, but also mass production. The forefathers could be it's Thomas Edison, Henry Ford, and the Wright brothers. They knew the secret to life, but they knew the secret beyond the secret. They were aware of the universal laws, all 11 of them. Now, in his book, Science to Gooning Rich by Wallace D. Wattles, he talks about the law of supply. As he quotes, he says, "If the thought of a house of a certain construction were impressed upon the formless substance, it might not cause the instant formation of that house, but it would cause the tuning of creative energies already working in trade and commerce into such channels as to result in the speedy building of the house. The man who pressed the idea of the house knows that the house wouldn't be built in a day, but what that man knew was with his impressed idea, there was an unlimited supply of sources that would indeed make that house appear." And the law of supply, another example would be these three group of men: Henry Ford, Thomas Edison, and the Wright brothers. All these men worked with the law of supply and revolutionized within their field of expertise: the car, the aeroplane, and the electric light bulb. Now, in the Western world, right, there was an era booming of inventors, right? Now, all these men were in need of something so specific an idea was formed within the mind, okay? Right? They knew something that was needed not only for themselves, but for everyone. And basically, they formulated the idea within their mind before it went to the marketplace, it went to the people, society, critics, the community. These men were inspired by the idea. They developed it so they materialize it by converting whatever sources they had available. Now, when the final product was done, whatever it may be, the car, the airplane, the light bulb, the majority of people who saw these great inventions were surprised and shocked, but not in a good way. It was until the majority of the Western world, saw the benefits and the advantages of what these great inventions supplied to the people, and so the demand was set in place. When the demand was needed, the supply came. This brings me to an important point. You want to know why people were surprised and shocked at what had surfaced from these great inventors? The human psyche has been conditioned to resist one thing, and that is change. These people were conditioned to not imagine outside the confinement of their metaphorical box. They couldn't imagine what the inventors were imagining. Worse still, the minds of the majority were not trained to demand anything that was new. Right? And to conclude on this, right, from what all this, like I said before, seeing is believing, the appearance of reality. What people saw around them, they thought this was it, that's it, I can't be supplied with more. These inventors gave them more. And it was so simple and easy. The car that was Henry Ford developed, a Model T Ford. The Wright brothers plane basically went from there to develop more planes, for World War I, World War II, and for flight, to travel around the world, as well as the light bulb. A man who went through 10,000 failures to invent something so small to light up the world. He saw it, that people needed it. He understood the law of supply, and as he understood the law of supply, as he gave himself that idea and he worked on it for so long and it materialized and it basically existed, the supply came from so many people because they saw the benefit on it. And to conclude all this for today is the secret of the law of supply lies within one's own consciousness. As Raymond Hollowell quoted, as we are able to think and to realize more abundance out of what we already have, we shall not only expand our thinking, but receive more abundantly. This is the basic principle of the law. And on that note today, thank you so much for listening into episode 3. Stay tuned with the 11-part series as we go to episode 4 of the next law, the law 3. Thank you.